Hi everybody, and welcome to Jewell Family Farms. Today we're going to make some cornbread. Alright, so the first thing, I'm going to make a small pan of corn. This is my little cast iron pan. It's just a small one. So the first thing we're going to do is get a cup of white cornmeal. I like white cornmeal. Some people like yellow, and if you like yellow, that's fine too, but I'm going to put about a cup and a half, because I'm just going to make a small cake of cornbread today. About a cup and a half of cornmeal. Alright, then I just use a big tablespoon, and just put a big heaping tablespoon of flour in there. This is all self-rising cornmeal and flour, and then just mix it all up. Alright, so next thing what I want to do is I want to get my cast iron pan, and I want to put a half of a stick of butter. Now you can use bacon grease or lard or Crisco. You can use whatever fat you like. I usually use bacon grease, but my mom just started using butter in hers, and I had some at her house the other day and it was really good, so I thought I'd try the butter this time. So I'm going to set this on the stove and let it be melting down. But now you don't want your butter to cook and turn brown, so you need to keep an eye on it real close. So you just want that to melt down and get the pan hot. We want the pan hot so when we pour the cornmeal, the batter in, it'll sizzle just a little bit, but not enough where it'll burn. Alright, so I've got whole buttermilk. Now you can use regular milk. You can use skim milk. I've used it all, but I like the buttermilk the best, and that's the way they make it in North Carolina, in Western North Carolina. So that's what I'm going to use. And you don't use a whole lot of buttermilk. The more buttermilk you use, you can use pretty much about a half a cup of buttermilk. But you also have to add water to it, because if you don't, then your cornbread's going to be gummy. So you have to mix some water in with it. And you just pour it until it makes the batter that you want. You want kind of a thin batter, but not real thin, but a little bit thicker than pancake mix. See, it's still really thick, so we want to thin it out a little bit more than that. Let me check on my butter. Okay, it's doing good. You want it where you put enough butter in there, or bacon grease, or whatever it is. When you put this batter in there, the grease comes up around the edges of the batter, and it has a little bit of a sizzle when you pour it in, and the butter comes up, or the fat comes up around the edges when you pour your batter in there. In Western North Carolina, where I'm from, this is how they make their cornbread. Now, some people use egg. We don't use egg in ours. This is all we use in ours. My oven's heated up, so you want to heat your oven up to 450 degrees. It's got to be in a really hot oven. But in North Carolina, this is how they make their cornbread, and it's not a sweet cornbread. It doesn't have any sugar in it, and a lot of people like to eat it with as a like a lunch, or sometimes they just have it for supper. It fills you up. It's really good, and we use crumble up some cornbread in a glass and pour some milk on it. Some people like it with sweet milk. Some people like it with buttermilk. I love buttermilk, but I was raised drinking buttermilk, so I like it both ways. But some people just like it with butter on it, and that's good too, or molasses. All right, let me go check my pan. Alright, it's getting there. You want quite a bit of butter in that. You want this to come, you want it all to melt down. Swirl it around your pan so it gets up on the edges some, so your cornbread don't stick to it. Alright, I'm going to heat it just a tad more. But this is about the consistency that you want your batter at. About like that. Falls off the spoon. Let's see if I can get a better shot in there. Here we go. It falls off the spoon a little bit like that. All right. All right. This is how you want your butter, your fat. And like I said, just swirl it around a little bit. So when you put this in, you want it to have a little bit of a sizzle. Not much, but you want the fat to come up around your cornbread. Alright. Stick this back on the stove. I don't need that. Let me pull this off. Bring you over to the stove with me. I'm going to stick this back on the stove and turn it up. Let's see if I can get you over here. There you go. There you go. Alright, so turn it up and let this bottom cook. You know, the pan wasn't quite as hot as I like to have it. I like it to really sizzle when I pour that in, and didn't quite do that, but it'll still be okay. You just want this to start cooking, you know, and start browning it around on the bottom a little bit, but you don't want to cook it too long on there on the eye, because it will burn the bottom of your cornbread, and you don't want that. You want your cornbread nice and crispy but not burnt. We'll just let that sit on there for a few minutes. But you can see it's bubbling all around the sides. We'll let that sit there. We got our oven on 450, so it's a good hot oven. Now this only takes, once you put it in the oven, about 15 minutes. And you could touch the top of it when it's been in there 15 minutes. And if you know it's not squishy, then you know, when it's kind of hard, then that means it's done. All right. Let's stick this in the oven and let it sit in here for about 15 minutes. I'll set my timer and we'll be back. Okay, let's check on our cornbread. There's a lot of noise in the background. I'm cooking supper at the same time, so I got the microwave on. So let's get the cornbread out of the oven. Alright, well, here's what it looks like. As you can see, it's hard on top. You go around the edges. Hopefully it won't stick. There it is. And you can see it's nice and golden brown, nice and crispy on top. Hot. Put some butter on it. You can see it looks really nice. It smells really good. All right, put some butter on here. All right, and like I said, you know, it's really good if you crumble it up in a bowl or a glass and pour some milk on it. Eat it. It's really good like that. So, show you how crunchy it is. That's really good. All right, so I hope you like that little tutorial on cornbread. Like I said, this is a North Carolina recipe, Western North Carolina. It's how all my family makes cornbread. A lot of, you know, people make it different, but that's how my family makes cornbread, and we really love it. It's not a sweet cornbread. It has no sugar in it. So if you ever ate some cornbread at Cracker Barrel, it kind of tastes similar to that. And I hope you enjoy this recipe, and give me a thumbs up if you try it and you like it. And also, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and that'll tell you every time I upload a video. And count your blessings. Take care. See you next time.